All right, we have the Magician and the HP in the house. All right. This is going to be a Tarotorial. We are covering the Magician and the High Priestess. And the deck we are referencing is the Influence of the Angels and has a spiritual as well as religious symbology. So depending on what deck you're using, the symbols, the meanings, the illustrations can be different. Okay, so let's talk about the Magician for a second. The Magician in this deck and the angel being represented here is Archangel Michael, okay? So Archangel Michael, whose name means who is like God, is known for his courage, okay? Leadership and ability to protect people, okay? And we're going to get a little angel message when it comes to Michael. If you need to make a decision, pay attention to the difference between self-confidence and overconfidence is the angelic message when it comes to the Magician, okay? So let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing in the Magician card, okay? So the symbols, the cup, the sword, the wand, and the pentacles, okay, represent all four elements. And they also illustrate the four suits of the minor arcana when it corresponds to the aspects of human thought. Human thought, feeling, and behavior, the heart, mind, body, and soul. These are the tools Michael the Magician has at his disposal to use as needed, okay? The chalkboard is used to make diagrams and layouts. It symbolizes skill, strategy, and planning. The hand, one hand points upwards with the rays of light surrounding the finger. The other hand faces the table with rays of light beaming down on the tools. With this gesture, Michael taps into the power, okay, of the universe and directs it to the physical world. With this power, he has the capacity to accomplish whatever task is at hand or whatever he decides to do, okay? So this is really speaking to the fact that, like, when you see the Magician card, it means that there's skills at play. There's intentional action taken. Giving full focused attention to something or someone, properly using the best method or tool to solve a problem or accomplish a goal. This is also representing like individual confidence and power. So the shadow meaning of the Magician can be someone who's arrogant, someone who's being a know-it-all, as well as someone bragging and showing off, okay? So, what's fascinating with the Magician is also having access to these tools, right? And it starts with an idea and then bringing the idea into the physical reality through the tools that are available to the energy, okay? So the next one is the High Priestess, okay? So let's talk about the HP, High Priestess in the house, okay? So, the High Priestess is Raziel, and Raziel is the keeper of secrets, sacred knowledge, and divine wisdom. Okay, let's see what the message is here. The message is, if you need to make a decision about something, take time to sit with it for a while, respect your innate instinctual knowledge, and listen to the hunch. So this is really asking for you to listen to your intuition. All right, so let's talk about the symbology in this card. We have two pillars, one on each side of her. We have one that is a grayish, darkish color, and one that is white. So the pillars indicate duality, okay? But Raziel stands between both of them. She doesn't have to choose between the two. This represents understanding and accepting a situation without having to choose which side you're on, okay? Taking a neutral stance. So the moon in the background, which you can kind of see it's behind like a cloth, represents the unconscious and the cycles of Earth. There's a veil, I guess, which we'll call the cloth, is separation between the conscious and the unconscious. And there's a scroll that she's holding on to. This is representing knowledge and wisdom that has been passed down through the ages, okay? There's a round disc that she's holding, and this is representing the seed of life and is interpreted by sacred geometry. It is the blueprint of divine creation The disc represents potential. There's a pomegranate in the corner there towards the bottom. That alludes to the myth of Persephone. In that story, the pomegranate is a metaphor for nature's growth, dormancy, regrowth cycle. So this is like death and rebirth, okay? All creation is based on a cyclical process. The pomegranate represents the secret, hidden mysteries of life. So some of the direct meanings when you see the High Priestess is using and trusting your intuition and instincts, inherently knowing without needing to rationally understand, knowing without having to take action, understanding the potential of something and allowing it to develop naturally. All right. Some of the shadow energy here is mistaking personal preference for intuition, as well as being too passive. Okay. So some other things regarding the High Priestess, I would say is, having this knowing and understanding that there is access to things that are unseen or unknown to others, right? Having the tools, right? Because the seed of life and the scroll and the moon and the veil and the pomegranate are also kind of the tools being represented here in this card. So it's like having access to this wisdom and knowledge, right? And being able to apply it and use it for certain situations, right? So this is the Magician and the High Priestess. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Tarotorial, and just give me a like and a follow, and we can keep this content coming. All right, see you next time.